Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Ask Anthony. And in this week's episode, I help you figure out if you're being ghosted. And just before we start, please don't forget to drop me a comment down below and hit that like button if you like anything that I have to say. Also, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this where I answer all of your burning life advice questions sent to me via social media to hashtag AskAnthony. Now, this is an anonymous question that was sent to me via DM on Twitter. And guys, don't forget, if you want to send me a question and remain anonymous, just DM me your question and let me know you want to remain anonymous. It's no problem at all. Here's the question. Met a girl on Tinder and after a few messages, she came over for some drinks and Netflix. We ended up talking the whole time and really hit it off, laughed a lot, and even made out a bit. When the night was over, she agreed to hanging out again sometime. The next day I texted her and nothing. Waited 3 or 4 days, sent some playful texts, got a flirty response after a few more hours, and then nothing. What do I do now? Now, to answer this question, we must first cover a few things. 1, how Tinder primarily operates. 2, what the expectation of somebody you meet on Tinder is when they come over to watch Netflix. And 3, the term ghosted. Once you understand these 3 concepts, then you will know how to figure this one out. First, Tinder. Okay, now I don't have any first-hand experience with Tinder. However, I have been on the internet before. And I also have friends that have been on Tinder. Let's just say this about Tinder, right? If you're looking for something comparable to like a Christian mingle, for example, then Tinder is the exact opposite of where you want to go. Most people on Tinder aren't looking to find a husband or a wife. They're looking to find a husband or wife for the night, and then have it annulled by the morning. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that everybody's there for that, but if you're on Tinder and aren't there for that, why the are you on Tinder? Seriously. Now, taking that all into account, if somebody you meet on Tinder mentions Netflix, there's a very high possibility that they have absolutely no interest in discussing the cinematography and plotline of that new Will Smith movie. Which, by the way, looks like a damn tragedy of a way to spend a few hours. Just saying. But I digress. Now, let me explain this further in this highly mathematical equation. Tinder plus Netflix mention equals 99.9% chance of a hookup. You always want to leave that 0.1% chance open in case of any calculation error. Now, I don't know the details of how your night went, but from what it sounds like, it went pretty well. But let me just remind you, if somebody that you met on Tinder is willing to come over to your house, a complete stranger's house, just to see a movie, I'm guessing that they're expecting a little bit more than just the deleted scenes after the movie. You know what I'm saying? You see, Tinder is very fickle like that, and there's a reason why people go there for hookups and instant gratification rather than looking to meet somebody for, great chemistry and a long future together. Now, let me just be brutally honest with you. Chances are you weren't the only person that your date was talking to at the time. And there's a very high likelihood that they probably already found what they were looking for and have moved on. So, the reason why your former date probably isn't responding to you anymore is because you're being ghosted. They're trying to disappear. They're ignoring you. If you could sense that there's something like a little bit off and you're only getting like 1 or 2 word short text responses, you're being ghosted. If you find that you're writing encyclopedia length texts and only getting responses that say LOL, 1, stop that immediately, and 2, you're being ghosted. So here's my rule of thumb. If 3 days go by and you still haven't heard back from that person that you're interested in, cut the cord and move on. I know it's hard, but trust me, it's gonna save you a lot of frustration and heartache in the end. Now, they very well might reach back out to you after a few weeks or a few months go by and they'll reach back out to you. But let me just tell you, there is a high likelihood that they are doing this because whoever they were just seeing, it didn't work out. And now you're the fallback. I cannot recommend you being the fallback option for anybody that you have long-term future plans for. Because they probably don't respect you, and they probably think you're a pushover, and they probably think that you'll say yes. But if you're just looking to hook up, mess around, and have some fun, not really opposed. Be the fallback, whatever. But honestly, it's probably just better you move on. It's Tinder, so keep swiping away there, Chief, and learn to recognize the signs. Especially that Netflix one. And if you want something serious, then get the off of Tinder. Anyway, thank you so much for the question. I hope that helps, and good luck in the future with your swipes. And until next time, keep those life advice questions coming via social media to hashtag AskAnthony and help me help you.